Hello and welcome to Tuesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic. Well, I've got my light on in my room. It is 2:30 in the afternoon when I'm going to be starting this video, and it is practically dark outside. We had the most massive thunderstorm earlier, which featured the clap of thunder that is the loudest I've heard in my life. It sounded like it was sort of, well, right in my right ear. And it made me jump like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, I'm rambling. This video, what am I going to be attempting as my phone buzzes? I'm going to be attempting a puzzle called 20 Almost Balanced Lines by RockyRoer, the American maths teacher who has started setting again. I did RockyRoer's new puzzle just a few days ago on the channel, but this one, which I think is also pretty new, we have had one recommendation for it, but we've had 3 emails saying people have tried it and haven't been able to do it. So could I have a go at it? So that's what I'm going to do. It's got a really short rule set. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a go at it. 20 almost balanced lines. And the basic idea is that along each line, let's look at that line. I mean, we'll do the rules properly in a moment, but the sum of the odd digits on that line is 1 different from the sum of the even digits on the line, I think is how it works. And that's basically all the rules. Anyway, we'll work through the rules more formally in a moment or two's time. Let me look at my list of things to mention before we kick off. I have got some birthdays to do. A quick mention for the fact that we have got our brand new ZETAMATH'S app. Is it that one? Yay! A new app out featuring the puzzles of the great ZETAMATH'S. So get involved in that. The puzzles are lovely. They really are lovely. We've got some great feedback already, and that app is available in all of the usual places. Now, the other thing that's just launched on the channel, it launched yesterday afternoon, is our brand new, let me go back over here, Sudoku hunt, Alien Invasion, which we themed on the fact that there's been this big new release in the States of or declassification of all these files related to alien activity on Earth. And you can see Blobz very kindly provides this sort of solve counter for us each month. Let's see, actually, I only launched this morning, but if I reload it, let's see if the numbers have moved at all. Yeah, they have a bit. So Uranus, is that how it, Uranus? I'm not sure what the actual technically correct pronunciation of Uranus is, but 536 solves of that one, 744 for mini Uranus, and 78 looks like it's the lowest number there. So very many congratulations to all 78 of you who've basically solved the whole thing already. That's very impressive. You actually have till the 20th to solve all the puzzles if you'd like to be in with the chance of winning the competition, which will afford the opportunity to come onto the channel and solve a puzzle and hopefully appear in a video. But the feedback, we've got 2 main threads to the feedback so far. Firstly, the puzzles are slightly easier than last month, so if you did get stuck last month, don't worry, this month they are slightly easier. Secondly, apparently people really like the puzzles even more this month, so that's rather lovely to hear. Anyway, it's over on Patreon right now. Do get involved. Now let's do birthdays. Bridget, you're turning 16 today. I know this because your best friend Brooklyn wrote to me and told me that you watch before bed to relax of an evening. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've had some great chocolate cake today and it's been incredibly heavily iced. Next, Jude, you're turning the big 30 today. And I know this because your wife Charlie wrote to me and told me that the videos are the soundtrack of your household. I love the thought that, you know, at all hours of the day, there could be a Sudoku video in the background. That sounds like the sort of house I'd like to live in. So, Jude, many happy returns. I hope you have a great 30th birthday. And I hope the chocolate cake was very fine, obviously. Oh, now the next one. I'm terrible. I don't know how I missed this. I meant I meant to wish Max a very happy birthday yesterday, from your mum, Mary. I got the most amazing email, Max, about you. I know you're a sophomore at Oregon State University doing philosophy and English. And your mum basically then wrote a lot of very, very, very nice things about you. I know that you always show up for people. You're thoughtful, generous, funny, a very talented writer. I think you're also becoming a very talented, or you are a very talented and becoming a very proficient musician as well. You're adventurous, and she's basically very, very proud of you. But it was lovely to read. And Max, I'm sorry, I got them. I did get the message. I checked. I just don't know why I didn't put it in my phone. I do spend a lot of time every day keeping track of people's birthdays. You wouldn't believe it, the number of mistakes I made, but I do try. And I messed up, and I'm sorry, Max. But I do hope you had a great birthday yesterday. And then the last birthday is for Nils. Nils, you turned 35, I think, today. Your wife Sophie wrote in and said you might like a shout out. I know you're over there in Germany, and you introduced her to Cracking the Cryptic. I'm so grateful whenever I hear about people sharing this hobby with their friends and family. Now, the only bad thing about today, Niels, is that your birthday, your chocolate cake, I think is going to be happening at the weekend when you get together to celebrate with your friends and family. So I hope you'll be able to wait until then. I have not been told about how much icing will be on your cake, but I will advise Sophie it should be a lot. Many happy returns. That's all the news. Shall we have a go at RockyRoer's new one? 20 almost balanced lines. The rules are not going to take long to read. What do we have to do today? We have got normal Sudoku rules apply. So we've got to put the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row. Whoa, what's gone on there? Every column. That's the rain. The rain did that, it wasn't me. And every 3 by 3 box. Now, on lines, the sum of the even digits and the sum of the odd digits are almost equal. That is, they are off by 1. Digits may repeat on lines if Sudoku allows. Okay, so that digit could repeat on that line, because Sudoku would certainly allow that. Say this was 5. Then you could put 5 there, certainly without breaking Sudoku. Let's actually do a full example then. So if they were both 5, that would add up to 10. So the even digits on this line, there would have to be 2 of them to get... Oh, no, well, there would in order to get to 1 different. Hang on, this isn't going to work, is it? I'm going to have to adjust this. I'm going to make that 8. Hang on, what's going on? 1 different. Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay, I'm going to have to be a bit more structured about this. I'm realizing I just can't do it. So I'll make that 9 now. And now I'm going to put 3 even digits on it in order that I can actually make this work. And the 3 even digits are going to add up to 10 or 8, I suppose. But we could repeat digits. So we could do 2, 4, 4. And that finally, I believe to be a valid example of this line. So the evens add up to 10, the odds add up to 9. They are 1 different. So I think that's how the puzzle could work. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. Now, it's very difficult to know. Maybe I should start here and think about this again. Because one thing I did learn there. Yeah, okay, let's take this back to very basics. What is the sum of the digits on any one of these lines? Now, the answer is we don't know exactly what the sum is, but we do know the nature of the sum. Because the sum of the digits on the odds and the sum of the digits on the evens differ by 1, they're going to be consecutive. If you add 2 consecutive digits together, what do you get? What do you always get? you always get an odd number because one of the digits you're adding will be even, the other will be odd. So every single line in the puzzle adds up to an odd number. Yeah, so 2-cell lines are going to operate exactly like white Kropki dot dominoes, aren't they? They're going to be a consecutive pair. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's a different thing. And yeah, and okay, and what we can look at. Let's go back to this line that was the example line we were thinking about, and I was getting myself into a pickle. And the reason I was getting myself into a pickle is I put 2 odd digits on the line. Now the problem with 2 odd digits is that they sum to an even digit. And you could never make the even digits on any line sum to an odd number. So every line must have an odd number of odd digits on it in order that the line overall sums to an odd number. But rather annoyingly, I've now realised that I was hoping that was going to give me the chance to write or to deduce exactly how many odd digits were on this line, but I've realised it could have 3. That's so annoying. Because if this, especially if that was a 1, you could actually add the odd digits to a very small number and have 3 of them, and they would only add up to 5, which means you could even have the even digit being a 4 or a 6. Both of those would be both of those would work. Okay, sorry. I'm not terribly surprised this isn't where to start, but so each of the 2-digit ones are white Kropki dots. I'm not sure. Is it the bottom row? I know the parity of that one using my principle, because what we've just said is that the digits on any line sum to an odd number overall. So we can use the secret. Goodness me, there's now some sort of emergency outside. So if we can use the secret being that this is something I share with only my very favourite people, but of course, if you're watching, you are one of my favourite people. The secret of Sudoku is that any complete row of a Sudoku, indeed any complete column or any complete box, because of the rules of Sudoku, contains the digits 1 to 9 once each. Now, the digits 1 to 9 sum to 45. That's the secret. 45, from the perspective of this puzzle, is odd. 45 from the perspective of any puzzle is odd, but but I know that row overall sums to an odd total, but I know that line sums to an odd total, and this line sums to an odd total. So those 8 cells sum to an even total, because 2 odd totals sum to an even. So that digit must be odd to make the parity work. So actually, this row, or within these 2 lines, we know exactly what the even total is, because the even digits in Sudoku 2, 4, 6, and 8 sum to 20. So, oh no, this is not easy actually. So, okay, I don't really know how to use that because we need to know whether each line, whether the odd numbers are bigger than the even by 1, or the even numbers are bigger than the odd by 1. Because say that the odd number was bigger than the even here, and then the even number was bigger than the odd there, then the odd numbers overall would sum to the same as the even, which would be 20, which would make this a 5. Because you'd have 20 lots of even, 20 lots of odd, and then that would be a 5. But it could be in both. If the evens were always greater than the odds, then the odds on those lines would sum to only 18, and the evens would sum to 20. So this would be a 7. And if the odds are a bit bigger than the evens in both cases, that would be a 3, because we'd have 22's worth of odds and 20's worth of evens. Oh, this is not easy, actually. Hang on. So I'm wondering if it's in some ways I can. I mean, okay, let's think about a 3-digit line then. So a 3-digit line must have an odd number of odd digits on it. It can't have 3 odd digits because it would have no even digits at all, and that would be a concept so ludicrous. It would be like a redebugulator or something. That won't work. So, and we can't make 3 odd digits add up to 1 and then say, well, they are only 1 different from the even total on the line, because 3 different odd numbers will add up to at least 9. 1, 3, 5. So this has got 1 odd number on it and 2 evens. So has that one. Any 3-digit line has 1 odd digit on it. What about, okay, let's try a 5-digit line. What's that got on it? So could it have only 1 odd digit? No. Because even if that was a 9, 4 even digits would add up to 20 in that instance. Maybe if there was a 5-digit line that crossed box borders, though, you could maybe it gets more complicated then. So could all 4 of those be even? 2, 4, no. 2, 4, that would still add up to 12, which this couldn't get within 1 of. Yeah, so I suspect, unless there's a very strangely shaped 5-digit line, and I'm not seeing anything that's sufficiently strangely shaped, a 5-digit line will have 3 odd digits and 2 evens on it. And what did we say? Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. Hang on. Box 2 is like the bottom row. That's really weird. Have I just miscounted that? Have I just done that? What I'm saying is that dogleg thing there has to have 3 odd digits on it, and therefore 2 evens. This line has 2 evens on it because we know the nature of any 3-cell line is 2 evens and an odd. So that uses up all of the 4 even digits in this box, and that cell is odd. But it's like it's just not. It's not even remotely enough, is it, to actually do anything with that? Am I being so dense here? I've got no clue what to do. It must. All of the lines differ by 1 from each other. I missed a mathematical principle here. Okay, what about a 4-cell line? Well, that was a 4-cell line. That's a 4-cell line. Yeah, we worked that out. It could be even or odd. Okay, what about then? Right. Okay, what about that thought? Does that do anything? Oh, I am so dumb sometimes. I am so dumb. Oh, good grief. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, right. That, I don't know what this does, but it does occur to me. I'm going to have to think this through carefully, but right. Leaving out this box, every single digit in the puzzle is covered by a line. Now, the nature of Sudoku digits in any box or any column or any row is that the odd digits are 5 bigger than the evens. Because the odd digits sum to 25, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. The even digits sum to 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. So the natural balance of the puzzle is very much in favour of the odd digits. But I mean, it's really very much in favour of them. And yet, the odd digits on any line could only be 1 greater than the even digits. Yeah. Okay, so what is the total of all the odd digits that are not in a Sudoku that are not in box 5? They are going to be 25 times 8, because there are 8 boxes and the odd digits in any one box sum to 25. 25 times 8 is 200. And the even digits are going to be 8 lots of 20, which is 160. Yeah, it's massive. It's a massive difference. 160. I've done it. That is sick. That is absolutely sick. What an idea. Okay. I apologise if you've all been yelling at me. I could well understand it. It didn't occur to me to think about the natural imbalance that exists in the puzzle and how the lines could deal with it at all. So what's happening here is that we have got a difference of 40. All of the digits, these digits here, everything that's in this puzzle that is not in box 5, the odd digits in all of those cells are 40 bigger. But on any one line, the maximum they could be bigger than the evens is 1. Now, the puzzle says it's called 20 almost balanced lines. Now, I think there are going to be 20 lines then, but I haven't actually checked that. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, yeah. And that's what I expect, because can you see what's happened here? How does this puzzle possibly work? How can that difference, that ingrained difference of 40, be catered for within 20 lines? 20 lines can give a maximum difference of odd digits versus even digits of 20. If on every single line the odds were bigger than the evens, these lines could deal with a difference of 20, yet the difference is 40 outside of this box. So what we have to do is we make those cells even. So they're going to be in some order 2, 4, 6, and 8. So that's 20. Now the difference on all the lines between the odds and the evens is exactly 20. And that the puzzle can just cope with by making sure that the digits on every single line that are odd add up to 1 more than the digits on every single line that are even. So on any one line, the odds are just going to edge it. and then the puzzle can work. And it's the only way it can work. It's just lovely. It's absolutely lovely. It's lovely. And it... Hang on, so let's just make those all odd now. So we've nearly got all our odds in row column 5. Oh, that's as good an idea behind a puzzle as I've seen in a long time. I love that, RockyRoer. So, right, well now I can do the bottom row, can't I? Because now we know, I know that there's 20's worth, that I know there's 20's worth of evens. And I know on any line, the odds are 1 greater, and there are 2 lines, so that the odds add up to 22 in those cells, and the evens add up to 20. That's 42, which means my first digit, that's 3 in the corner, that's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. Ah, this is sick. It's absolutely sick. Yeah, okay, so that's the same, isn't it? Yeah, the box 2 is the same, because what you've got is 4 evens on the 2 lines. It works exactly the same way as this row. Those 4 evens will add up to 20. There are 2 lines, so the odds are 2 greater, because on each line they're 1 greater. So that's a 3 as well. So 3 in the middle box is in one of 2 places. Now, what does that mean for these 2-cell thingies? If the 2-cell thingy can't have a 3 on it, it can't have a 2 on it either, because we know that the nature of all of the 2-cell lines now is that the odd digit will be 1 greater than the even digit. So 2 in this row. So that's a weird point. 2 is in the wings of oh, well, no, I'm going to change. 2 is in the wings, but I've just realized there's a basic parity point. On each one of these lines, these 2-cell lines, there will be an odd and an even digit. And the odd digit will be 1 greater than the even. But the point is that those 7 cells therefore include all 5 even digits from row 5. Because that one's got an odd and that one's got an odd, and there are only 5 odds in the row. So these 2 are even. Now, how did 3-cell lines work? 3-cell, that's annoying. 3-cell lines have to have 1 odd digit. So one of those is odd, one of those is even. Now, we know the parity of those. The parity of those is even. I can probably get the parity of this one, I think. Yeah, that must be true, mustn't it? So these 2 digits add up to an odd number. Any line individually adds up to an odd number. So these 2 digits must sum to an even number to make the parity work. So those 2 sum to even. Those 3 sum to odd. So we're now on the correct odd total, which means these must sum to an even number. But overall, this line sums to an odd number. So that digit is odd. Which is presumably important somehow. I don't know what to do now. That line has got 3 odd digits on it. So how many odd digits are on that one? It can't be... Oh, it could be all... Oh, hang on. Let me just write this down because I'm forgetting. So this line has got 3 odds and therefore 2 evens. Now this line has to have an odd number of odd digits on it. Well, that can't be 3 now, because that would put 6 odds in the box. So this has only got 1 odd digit on it. So it's got one. So this string contains 1 odd and 2 evens. That's all the evens for the box, and this cell is odd. Sort of pinching away at some of these points now. Now, hang on. Now this one. Well, this is really weird, because now these 3 digits, we've got 1 odd, which could be enough, because we know that if these 3 were even, the line overall would add up to an odd number. But if those 3 are even, what's them? Oh, they can't be all be even. I mean, straight away there'd be 5 evens in the row. So there have to be more odd digits on this line, but there have to be an odd number of odd digits on the line. So this string is 1 even and 2 odds. Now, so this is 1 even and 2 odds. Let's just write that in. 1 even, 2 odds into those cells. So the 3 odds on, if this was a 1, then you could repeat a 1, couldn't you? Oh, that's annoying. I keep thinking that maybe these lines are not, they're like killer cages, but they're not. Maybe this can't be a 5. If this was a 5, it can't be a 3. Then the other odd digits could be 1 and 3, adding up to 9, and the even digit could be 8. And 8, and that's going in the right direction, isn't it? The odds are bigger. We've also got to make sure the odds are always bigger than the evens, but that would work. Oh, that's so actually, maybe this can't be 7 then. That's got to be 1 or 5. Because if it's 7, the even digits are going to, the odd digits, are going to add up to 11, and we can't make the even digit add up to 10. So this is 1 or 5, and that's a real pencil mark. And there are 2, so there's an even on here, an even here, that's 2 evens, 3 evens, so there's 1 even in there, which means there's 1 even in there, 1 even in there. Oh, I see, and this is 1 even and 1 odd to make the count work for the row. 2 odds here, 3, 4, so there should be 1 odd here. Wow, okay. And what was this line? Do we now know what this line, yeah, is it odd? Oh, this is 1 odd. Okay, 1 odd. Sorry, I should write this down. 1 odd. Whoops. 1 odd. 2 evens in there. And the odd, okay, and the odd has to be bigger, doesn't it? I.e., the odd has to be bigger than the 3 evens on the line. Okay, so this definitely can't be 8. It probably can't be 6. No, it can't be 6, because 2 and 4 would take us to 12. Does this have to be 2, maybe? Yeah. Ah, sorry, that's been available forever. Yeah, this has to be 2. Because if it was 4, by the time we added at least 2 and 4 to that, we'd get 10. And although we could get the balance to be within 1 by putting in the odd digit as a 9, the odd digit would be lower. And we know that on every line, the odd digit is 1 higher than the sum of the evens, or the odd digits are 1 higher. So this has to be 2. And then if this had anything other than 2, and it must be 2 and 4 here. And then it's 2, 4, 9 is what it is. That's the only way it can be constituted. So the evens add up to 8, and the odds add up to 9, and therefore are 1 bigger. Okay, well that's great news. Oh, okay, so I'm going to be able to work this out, aren't I? Because now I know that this line contains 6 and 8, which is 14. So we know that odd digits on here add up to 15, so they're going to be 3, 5, 7, and this is a 1. There we go. Oh, but we didn't really want that to be a 1, did we? Because 1 gave me all sorts of flexibility here. I wanted that to be a 5. These are not 2s anymore. This is wonderful. This is quite wonderful. RockyRoer, you are a complete legend. Now, but I need to be more of a legend, and I need to solve this, don't I? So how do we do that? I know how we do it. Oh. Well, hang on. This line's a problem now, isn't it? No, it's okay. It's okay, we can make it work. It's got 1 odd digit at the moment. Well, that's not going to work. It would make the parity of the overall line correct, but this is a 3, and it should be greater than the sum of all the evens if there's no more odd digits. So both of those need to be odd. We need an odd number of odd digits on any line. Now, this digit can't be lower than 5, so it's at least a 5, so that the sum of the odd digits on this line is a minimum of 9, and yet they have to be 1 greater than this digit, so it must be an 8 there. And now I've got a 4, 6 here. Now, what does that mean? Oh yeah, I should be able to work this out. Maybe this has been available forever as well. Because, again, it's the same point, isn't it? The even digits here sum up to 20. And there are 2 lines there, so the odd digits on these lines must sum up to 22. But the odd digits that are available in box 1 are 3, 7 and 9, which sum to 19. So this has to be a 3 by maths to make the maths add up. So we get 22 overall. Now, maybe this is doable now. Oh, no, 3. Okay, where's 3 in box 1? It can't be the only odd digit on here, because it wouldn't be greater than the even digit, or even digits, I should say, that would populate the line. So this is a 3. We can colour it in. So 3 is in a domino at the top of, or at the end of row 1, I should say. And this line here has got 7 or 9 on it as its odd digit. And 7 would go with 2 and 4, and 9 would go with 2 and 6. So there is a 2 on that line. Doesn't seem to do anything, does it? 3, 3, so there's a 3 in one of those cells. Okay, right. In this string of digits, we've notated, look, that we've got 2 odds. Now, we can't use 3 as one of the odds, so if it didn't have a 1 in there, it would be a 5 and a 7 and a 1, which would add up to 13, and that would require the even digit to be a 12, which it can't be. So there is definitely a 1 to come on here. And then either 5, oh, we can't, hang on, we can't put 8 as the even. So the highest even I can have in there is 6. So it must be 6. It must be 6 with a 1, 5 pair. And then the odds add up to 7. The evens add up to 6, and it works, and balance has been achieved. Now, in the rest of row 4, then, I need 4, 7, 9. Well, hang on. I do need 4, 7, 9, but 4 is not an odd digit, so 4 is over there. This is 7 or 9. This is 1, 5, 6. So this digit is 2, 4, or 8. And that thing, which doesn't have 3 on. I'm still not very good at working out how these sort of 2-cell thingies work. The odd digit is 1 greater than the even digit. So the odd digit can't be 7 on there now, because that would need a 6 with it. So it's 9. It is 9. 9, 8 is the only way it works, I think. I'm going to double check that, though. It can't have 1 on it, because 1's in the box up there. It can't have 3 on it by Sudoku. It can't have 5 on it. If it had 7 on it, it should have 6, because the odds need to exceed the evens. So it must be 9, 8, which means this isn't 8. It means 9 is in one of 2 places in box 5. Now, so that could be 7, 6. You can never put 1 now on a 2-cell sequence because the odd digits are meant to exceed the even. So where's 1 in row 5? I didn't think of that, but it's got to be in one of those 3 cells. Ah, right. 4 is in this domino in row 4. So what can we not put on this domino? We can't put 5 on it because it would have to accompany 4. So 5 is in those cells. These are actually 1, 3, 5. This is 7 or 9. So now this needs an odd digit. That's got to be a 6, 7. School kids everywhere rejoice. This is 4, 9 now by Sudoku. That's 7. That's 9. And now this, where's 4 in row 5? It's got to be at the end. It's got to be there. So this digit is a 2. And now we know what those 3 are, which is 1, 5, 8, which is lovely. So that's 8 by Sudoku. This is a 1, 5 pair. And now these digits are now known. Over on this side of the grid, we need 7, 2, and 3. 2, 3, 7. That looks right from a Sudoku perspective. Now, this can't be a 1. We just said we can't put a 1 on any 2-cell sequence. So that's going to be 5 with a 4, which does the 4 and the 9. Oh, this is so good. It's so good. Now there is a 5 down there, look. So we can probably work out this line, I would imagine. Well, where's the parity got to so far? We're on an odd digit because we were on 15 for the odds, so we don't want any more odds. So we're on 15 for the odds. That means we need 14 for the evens. And at the moment, we've got 4 and 2. So we need an 8. That's got to be a 5, 8 pair. And now, 2 we can put in this box at the top. And the other digits we've got to place are 6, 7, 9. So we need another even on this 3-cell string. That's now going to have to be 6. So in order for the odd digits to exceed the 6 and the 2, we're going to have to accompany those with 9. This becomes a 7. This is not a 5, look, by Sudoku. This line needs 2 even digits on it, which are 4 and 8. Let's check the maths on this. So we've got 12, so we should have 13. And we do for the odds, and it sort of works. 8 here means this is a 4. That's an 8. So that's a 6. Oh, this is still going. It's still going. It's just a delight. Oh, that's a 9. It sees 2 and 4 in the row. So that's a 9. That's a 6. No song for you because it's double the song creator. Let's try row 3. We need 2, 4, 9. 9 is definitely on one of those. That can't be 2, look. This one we don't know. Okay, we might be about to get stuck, which is a distressing thing indeed. That can't be a 3. Remember, every 3-cell line only has one odd digit on it, and that odd digit has to be 1 greater than the 2 even digits on the line. So in fact, oh no, I was going to say we know what this is, but we don't, because if that's 7, that could be a 2. And if that's 2, oh, that's a 7. So this is always a, that's weird. That's always a 2-7 pair. Which means, I don't know what that means. It probably does mean something. 4 is almost restricted in column thingy, column 8, the technical term. Oh, I've got a 9 here. So that's a 9. That's an 8. 9 is in one of those 3. Can we put 9 in the corner? It would have to go with 8 here. Maybe we can. Oh, if this is 4, that would need to be 5. That also appears possible. That's distressing. Do we need those to be odd? Is a question we could ask. I'm thinking, yeah, we do. It's certainly having one odd digit on this will not work if that odd digit is a 3. So we've got to have an odd number of odd digits, so they're both odd. I probably should have kept going with my parity, shouldn't I? Let me. How can I do that simply? I'll just double click blank 4s, 6s and 8s and make them blue. And then I'll double click blank 9s, 7s, 1s. When I say blank, I mean uncoloured. 3s. Okay, that's tidied up my colouring. Now, these are both odd. So that one is 7 or 9 by Sudoku. And that one is 1, 7 or 9 by Sudoku. So it's going to depend on what this digit is, isn't it? If that digit is a 4, we've got 12, which means these would have to add up to 13. They could be 1, 9. Bother. If that's 14, these have to add up to 15, so these have to add up to 12. That doesn't work. So I don't think this can be a 6. I'm just going to double check that as well. Sorry. So 14. 14 for the evens means 15 for the odds. You can't do it. So that's 4. That's 6. 12 here required these to add up to 10. So they are 9, 1 in a specific order. This digit is 6 or 7 by Sudoku. These digits are 2, 6 or 7 by Sudoku. And hope, all right, we've got a 6 here, which we didn't have before. So maybe this horseshoe is now. How is the horseshoe working? The horseshoe is working. You see, the horseshoe could be terrible, couldn't it? Couldn't it be? Oh, no, the horseshoe's beautiful. The horseshoe is beautiful because how can it have only one odd digit on it? Even if that was a 9, the 3 even digits would add, because one of them is a 6, and let's make the other 2 as low as possible so they could both be 2, that would add up to 10, but the odds are meant to exceed the evens and they couldn't. So this has got 3 odd digits on it, adding up to 7. So it's got to be 3. This is absolutely perfect. 3, 3, it's got to be that. There's no other way to do it. Now, oh, yeah, okay, that does give me a 1 here. That's definitely an odd digit. This is now not a 3 because I've got a 2, 7 thing going on. Now, what about this column then? 5, 6, 7 into the gaps. So, oh, nearly then. Nearly got something going on in the bottom row. That's 2 or 7. Can we do anything with that? Oh, we probably know what the odd digit is on there, don't we? Well, yes, actually I do. Because it's got to be 5 or 7. If it was 5, we know it would beat the 4 on the line, which it can't. So because 4 is impossible on the line. So it's got to be 7, 6 again. So this is 2. So that's 2, that's 7. Let's check this. That line does work. That's now even. That's even. The 7 and 6 is actually resolved, which I didn't see. So that's good news for me. So this row has got 5. This is not a 9. This is 5 or whoopsie. It's 5 or 8. Nine is in one of those. Can that really be 9? 9, 8? Would that be okay? I don't know. It might be. I probably am meant to think about this domino. The 2-cell dominoes are much more powerful than I'd realised when we started the puzzle. And so the odd digit on here, if it's 9, it has to go there. If it's 9, it has to go there. It's not 1 or 3. Now it could be 5, 4, couldn't it? But that would have to be 4 here, 5 here. And it can't be 6, 7. Oh, it can't be 6, 7 for lots of reasons. It would break these, make both of those a 5, but it would also break that cell. So there are only 2 ways that can work. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Right, so now look at these 2 cells. It's not possible that these have a 5 in them, because this would be 8, and then you couldn't fill this. This is either 8, 9, or it's 4, 5. So if this is 5 and that's 8, there's no valid total for those. So this is 6, 7. I've now got a 6, 7 pair in row 9, so that's a 2. So this is a 5, and that's a 6. 5 is odd, 6 is even. Knowledge bomb there. If this is 6, 7. So this digit is 3, 4, 5, or 8. Oh, this must be doable. Do I know? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sorry. If that's 7, there's going to be a way to do this. Okay. There is a 2 on this line. So if this is 6, that's going to go with a 2, and we're going to have to partner that up with a 9. So it's going to be 9, 2 in that order. If this is 7, then the 2 is going to have to go with a 4, and that's going to be a 2, 4 pair, and that's going to have to be in that order. 2 here, 4 here, if this is 7. Oh, and there's a 6, 7 pair I'd not seen in row 8 as well. Seven in column 6 has to be up there. This can't be a 4 by Sudoku. So 9 is in one of those cells. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, 3. I can do 3 in the middle box. I hadn't noticed that. I don't think that's going to be the helpful thing that's going to get us home, unfortunately. If that's 9, those two have to be 2, 6 in some order. Does that fail? Probably not. Do we have to have a 2 on there, don't we? Because 4 and 6 would add up to too many. So there's definitely a 2 on this line. That's not, yeah, that's not news. That doesn't help me. 8 can't go on this line with 2 because it'll get too big. So 8 is on this other line here, this dogleggy line. Again, that I feel like I'm close to spotting something, but I haven't quite got the final piece of this figured out, have I? What about, I've got no idea where I'm meant to look here. 3 in row 8 is in one of 2 places. Okay, that's probably not it either. This line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is a length 6 line. Now, sorry if I've no doubt you've all spotted what I'm meant to be spotting, and I'm just being, my brain's being recalcitrant. Naughty brain. Or is it going to be that line? So this line is going to contain whatever is not on there, isn't it? So let's say that was 4, 5. This line would have 8, 9, and 1 on it. So this has always got 1 on it as one of its odd digits. It's always got 7 on it. So it's got 1, 7. Yeah, but this is all sort of just working. I don't think that is how you do it. I don't think we're getting any extra. Oh, I've got a 2, 9 pair in column 4. That could do it. So I need 1, 5, 6 into the gaps. Okay, let's see if that helps. 1, 5, 6. The 2, 9 pair means this isn't a 2. And this is 1. This is 1, 5, or 6. Does that stop that being anything? Oh, it's not 6. So 6 is up here. Oh, that's good. So 6 can't be there, look. So 6 is on this line. So this line is 6, 2, 9. And the 9, we know where it goes. Lovely. That's a relief. I was getting stuck there. But I think we might have just got unstuck. So 9 being here makes that 2, which seems to make that 4, which makes this 7. This 6, that's 7, that's 6. Okay, that's good. This isn't 6, that's what we learnt earlier. So the digits that we haven't put in, let's have a look. 1, 5, 8 into column 5. Can we do anything clever with that? No, no, we can't. 9 is in one of those 2. If that's 9, that's 9, that's 8. That would be a 1, 5 pair. That would probably. Oh, oh no, I've got it now. Where's 4 in the bottom row? It's got to go there. So that is 4, that's 5, that's 8, that's 7. 5, 7, 5, 8, 7. So that's 3. Oh, that's another 3. Is that another 3 in the corner? That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight, losing its religion. That's 5, 8, 4. So this is a 3. That's 8. That's 5. That's 6. That's 7. We probably just have to do a little bit of math to tidy up this last line. Let's check whether it works. We've got 16 on it at the moment and 12 in the odds, so we need another 5 to make that work. So that's 1, that's 5, that's 5, that's 8, that's 8, that's 7, that's 1. 1, 5 here, 8 here, and something, 9 probably. The Sudoku is probably okay. I haven't checked some of these lines. That line works. Here we've got 12 and 13. It's beautiful. I mean, it must be right. There's no way this can be. The fact that it's sort of 24 and 9 is 33. So that's going to be a 17 and a 16. And it is a 17. It must be right. Yes, and it is. Not hardly anyone has solved this. Isn't that fantastic? It's taken me an hour, and I could just do some double clickage and make the puzzle completely consistent regarding its parity shading. So 2, 6, 8. Let's make those even. 8s, 3s in the corner go on, and that is the total answer. That's brilliant, RockyRoer. Absolutely incredible puzzle. Fantastic. Loved it. Loved every instant of it. It is world class, that one, with the most amazing break-in. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.